Hey everybody, Mr. Kowalczyk here. It's time we jumped into interior and exterior angles of triangles, which is Unit 4, Lesson 3. For today, what we're going to be doing is standard 8.3. I can find interior and exterior angle measures of triangles. And today in the opener, what I'm going to ask you to do is to pause the video and try to answer all of these questions on the front page, basically starting with 1 and going all the way down to here. All right, please go ahead and pause that video and see if you can sort it out. Hopefully you pause that video and you work these out. So we know the measure of angle A is 120 right here. What is the measure of angle B? Well, I see that A and B are a linear pair, and that means they add up to 180. So then B is going to equal 60 degrees. Measurement of angle B is equal to 60 degrees. So that tells me that this is 60 degrees here. Okay. What previous knowledge helped you find your answer? Linear pair are supplementary. Okay. If the measure of angle D is 40 degrees, what is the measure of angle E? Is your reasoning the same as 1? So we have 40 degrees here, and we know that D plus E, those are linear pairs, so yes, the reasoning is the same. 40 plus what is going to get us to 180? Well, that's going to be 140 degrees, equals the measurement of angle E. Using your above answers, if the sum of B plus C plus D is equal to 180, what is the measure of C? Well, that means that B is 60 and D is 40, so that means 60 plus 40 plus the measure of angle C, which is our leftover, has to equal 180. That's going to equal 100 plus the measure of angle C equals 180. Therefore, the measure of angle C is equal to 80 degrees. All right. Now, what can I see about A, C, and D? So we know that C is 80, B, and D right there. So we've got A is 120, and then the question says C and D, 80 and 40. Well, what do I see about 80 and 40 as it relates to 120? Well, I see that 80 plus 40 equals 120. Okay, that's cool. Now let me do some color coding because it helps me see things a little better. So I've got this angle and this angle here, and they're going to add up to give me this angle over here. Okay. Now what we're being asked about, we know this is 140 over here for E. We're being asked to find out what's the measure of E with B and C. Okay. So in this situation, I got to get another highlighter. All right, so we've got B and C being 60 and 80. So we got 60 plus 80. And what does that equal? Well, sure enough, that equals 140, which is our measurement outside of the triangle, right there. So I'm noticing this pattern where I have these two angles that are farther away from this outside angle, adding up to equal the outside angle. Same thing here, the two pink angles add up to equal the outside green angle. All right. So that's going to be kind of the idea of what we're working on today with interior and exterior angles. All right, up here, naming triangles. We haven't really talked too much about naming triangles. So in this situation, we have 3 points, the vertices of the triangle, and those are going to be our names. So we're going to use these edges or vertices of the triangle to call this, and we can call it triangle ABC alphabetically, or we can call it any number of different options. So we can start here and we can go this way, or we could also go back around this way and we can call it triangle ACB. We could start at a different point, do the same thing, triangle BCA or triangle BAC. We could start at point C and do the same thing, triangle CAB, or we could call it triangle CBA. Okay. So these are all the different names for the same triangle. They're all correct answers. The interior angles. The interior angles are going to be the angles that are inside of the triangle. That's what we're going to refer to the interior angles as. So I'm going to color code this as pink. Those are our interior angles because they're inside the triangle. Now the exterior angles are a little bit different. Some of you might look at this and say, oh, the exterior angle goes from here all the way back to over here. But that's not actually the case. The exterior angles are what happens when you take one of the sides of the triangle and you extend it out. And then the exterior angle is going to be this distance right here, this measurement right there, from the extended side to the other side of the triangle. Same thing over here. We extend this side, and that's going to be our measurement. Same thing over here. We extend this side here, AB, and that's going to be our measurement there. So those are our exterior angles. So measured. Whoa. Added an extra E in there. Measured from extended side to other adjacent side of the triangle. So interior and exterior angles in a triangle. Next one down, we have our triangle angle sum rule. The theorem is another word for rule. We're just going to stick with rule for now and not worry about theorems. Now the triangle angle sum rule is very, very simple. Okay, what it says is in every triangle, the three interior angles add up to 180 degrees. That's it. And no matter what kind of triangle we have, whether it's obtuse, acute, or right, whether it's scalene or isosceles, or whatever it might be, all three angles inside every single triangle in the world are going to add up to 180 degrees. So all three of those are going to add up to 180. The triangle exterior angle rule. Okay. Now in this situation, we've got an exterior angle here, which we'll consider angle 1. And the rule says from our first exploration that we did today, this is where this is going to take place. We're going to go back to here. Remember I said how the two orange angles, 60 plus 80, added up to give us 140. And these two angles, the pink angles, 80 plus 40 added up to give us 120. Well, notice the relationship in the triangle. Here we have these two that are farther away from this exterior angle. We're not using this interior angle. We're just using these two that are farther away to get to that one. And vice versa, where we use the two orange angles to add up to the farther away exterior angle. That's going to be our rule for our triangle exterior angle rule. So we take these two angles here, the pink ones, that are farther away from the green angle. We add them together in order to get angle 1, the exterior angle that's farther away over here on this side of the triangle. So we take the two non-adjacent interior angles, add up to give us the exterior angle. Okay. So we'll call this angle A. So the measurement of angle A plus the measurement of angle B is going to equal the measurement of angle 1. Okay. Like I said earlier, the two angles inside the triangle that are farther away from the exterior are going to add up to give us that same exact measurement of the exterior angle. That's our triangle exterior angle rule. All right, let's put a little bit of this into practice here. Let's jump up here on the next page. Let's look at number 1. So this says find the measure of angle 1. Well, here we have 44.7, and here we have 52.2, and this is angle 1. Well, this is going to be, these are all interior angles of a triangle, and we know from our interior angle rule that they all add up to 180. So that means that we have 180 minus 52.2 minus 44.7. So we have to subtract both of those things from 180 to get our remaining angle, which is angle 1. So 180 minus 52.2 minus 44.7. That gives us 83.1 degrees left over. So the measurement of angle 1 is 83.1 degrees. Now the measure of angle 2. Now in this situation, I have an exterior angle, and then I have two interior angles that are farther away or remote from that. So that tells me that 59 plus the measurement of angle 2 is going to equal 124 degrees. So now I need to subtract 59 from both sides. So then the measure of angle 2 is equal to 124 minus 59, which gives me 65. Okay. I'm going to stop there on this page, let you work on those, and then I'm going to jump into number 8 on the next page. Let's check this one out here. Now, in this situation, I again have two interior angles, and those are farther away or remote from the exterior angle. So I know from my rule earlier that these two are going to add up to give me this. So that's going to give me 5y plus 3 plus 4y plus 8 equals 146. Now to combine my like terms, 5 and 4 give me 9y, plus 3 and plus 8 give me plus 11 equals 146. Subtract 11 from both sides. I was asked to solve for y. I wasn't asked to solve for these two angles. So I've done what I needed to do, and I boxed my answer. Okay, y'all, that's enough for today's lesson. Go ahead and make sure you gotten all those notes down. If the color coding works for you, you can copy that over. Otherwise, I will see you in class for the independent practice. Have a great day.